get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game to sit back. Into the space that I'm in. They call me Bobby Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my bar's mine. My tracks flame like a Damu. The hardest blood on my tongue. Thinking it's a warm glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. Then throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A bunch of sitting in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink than go pull up. I'm drinking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, come be brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I poured all the planks to use Decepticon. Straight rappers to retreats like Cobra. 80s they can throw they like. Up in the storage and I'm E-man. Up, down, down, then I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beating. Then you turn back for plans to defeat it. High in my ride. You can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me. Cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket. My whole to the A. And I bet you can't stop us. LL bad. When I go and show up, you can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? It's your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning, Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. And if you're on the West Coast right now, go ahead and get up because you already know the early bird gets the worm. And on today is Death Battle Fridays. Yes, getting to the Death Battle reaction. Finally ending my robot marathon that I was doing with Megatron versus Frieza. Now, next week, we're going to do Wonder Woman versus Thor. So, like I said, this is the last one that I wanted to do. We did Optimus. We did Megatron. We did Mechagodzilla. Now, you know, let's end this with Dragon Ball versus Transformers. So hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel, but you already know how I do. The real question is, are you
say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
All right. Let me go and see what's all in the house. Junior Network, what's going on? Roberta, the church auntie. I just read that copy. You got me cracking up. And Ricky, what's good? What's good? What up? What up, Kiana? In my BM, what's up? What's up? Xavier Phoenix. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That is so hilarious, though. That is so hilarious. American Niji Girl. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Andre Ware. Good morning. Good morning. And yeah, it was. It's that movie. I'm gonna do a non-spoiler review probably later on tonight. It just depends on how everything goes tonight. I'm trying to just map out like life right now. So I might do a non-spoiler review or try to get some people in that has already seen it. I technically want to go back and see it again. I technically just want to just leave and just go watch it right now if I could. Do you know what I mean? I like the movie. It just makes me feel good. And I think that is the thing that we have been missing. What's up, Azelle Ray? Good morning. I think that's the thing we've been missing when it comes to movies, especially superhero movies. Superhero movies are supposed to, at the end of the day, it's about good versus evil. And there is a thin line between good versus evil. It's all about your decisions. You know, I just was watching you know what? I'm the type of person, if I don't like your rhetoric and it's just negative, 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 I'm just not gonna watch you anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody just stopped watching me just because of how many times I really enforce my blackness inside of these comic book conversations. You know, I wouldn't be mad at that because the rhetoric is probably not what they want to hear, and that's okay. And me, I just pull away from people that are negative, man. I was listening to this cat, not really a big crowd, not gonna say the channel or whatever, but it's just reinforcing the negativity we just hear when it comes to superhero movies. Not really a critique, because I always feel like if you paid attention, you wouldn't critique something so hard. Now you're starting to get into nitpick territory because that's just it's easy now to produce videos and stuff like that that just crap all over everything. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? To try to give a honest critique and look at certain things and certain perspectives is hard because people don't want to think that hard. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just, you know, with this particular movie, this is for the first time in a long time where I'm like, you know, it's not something that you really got to think about. Like I said, the Guardians of the Galaxy volume 3 really hits you in the emotional feels because it makes you think about your humanity just based on all the things that you've been through in your life. Who do they make you? And even when things are the worst, how do you overcome that? You know what I mean? And you know, that's why I like that movie so much, is especially how heartbreaking it was. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can have a movie like that that's heartbreaking, it's deep. I still think the Thunderbolts, whether they say it was the power of friendship or not, when you have so many people, especially men, dealing with mental health, drug abuse, and stuff like that, and you kind of see it play out on screen and why these people do that, it does tug at you emotionally. But also, in the flip side of that, we need the movies because there has to be a balance that makes us just hopeful that people are out here like a Superman that is just so naive to see the good in everybody. And, you know, that's going to stand up for people. That's why I like Captain America First Avenger is my favorite Marvel movie of all time, next to Thor Ragnarok, in the first Black Panther. Like, because you have somebody who just wants to help out the little guy. Or just help, you know, he's the little guy who wants to help the little guy. He don't like bullies. Who doesn't want a story like that? All of us, and I'm not gonna lie, I have a hero complex. I try to come and just try to save people and stuff like that. But because I don't like bullies and I don't like people that be talking crazy and all of that and just negative all the time and just want to spread that hatred all the time, like that gets annoying. That's why I think I go and combat so much of that so much. You know what I mean? So I understand it, and that's why I like this Superman movie so much. So again, if you haven't went to go see Superman, go see Superman. It makes you feel good. It understands. It makes you feel good. Skip all the stuff they try to say is political or this, that, and the other. If that's the case, the Creature Commandos was woke because they had a political conflict too. Nobody say nothing about that. So tell them to shut up. Shut up and enjoy. Just eat your popcorn. Shut up and watch the movie. Just shut up. All that stuff. But let me get hold on, wait a minute. What up, Rico? What's good? We got, hey man, you gotta go see Superman so we can talk. You gotta go see Superman so we can talk, bro. Seriously. D Stizzle, what's up? Let me see. Yeah, thank you. That's what I really was. It was just morally upright. You know what I'm saying? You said Aizen versus Black Frieza is more interesting. It makes more sense. Yeah, but I have watched this. It's been a minute since I watched this Frieza versus Megatron. When I tell you a minute, it's been years since I watched this. So it might be like damn near brand new again for me. But Megatron is no joke in IMDb, in Dreamwave comics, even in the old Marvel comics. But Megatron really is a totally different animal in IDW and Dreamwave. Trust me, my brother is in the chat. Yeah, boy. Yeah, I love Captain America: The First Avenger. It's one of my favorite movies. Like, as a movie, even if it wasn't called Captain America: The First Avenger, just the way, the heart of the character, and I love that. I love that. Yeah, and that's all you want is a great filler coming out the movies. I'm a MonsterVerse fan, but this movie has me intrigued. Look, I'm a MonsterVerse fan too. Godzilla, man. Well, let me tell you. Let me get in my Rob voice. Let me tell you. We can get into some Godzilla. Do you know what I mean? We can get into some Godzilla films. But, you know what I mean? I still think Tokyo SOS was one of the best guys. Well, one of the best Godzilla films ever. But, you know, I have to give Godzilla versus Biolante, Godzilla versus Destroyer. You know what I'm saying? Godzilla 2000. Let me shut up. Godzilla -0. Let me not go. I'm about to get excited. This is an odd versus. But I'm trying to tell you. So let's transition real quick. But because Milkman is over there doing the butter and biscuit thing, old Milkman, boy. Woo! Boy, Milkman couldn't help himself. So let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with more of the Dre Mac Show.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the butter spread. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the butter spread. Get your butter spread all on me. I don't like the way it mixes with my mac and cheese.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right. Yes, I believe Space Godzilla is coming up. This is not technically bullying. This is technically making fun of somebody through jokes and laughter. Especially what he did to Angel Reese. Pack you all the way up, RG3. Butter Biscuit Brother of the Week. You surpassed Tyrone Magnus. Tyrone was in the lead, but RG3 yesterday I'm talking about Mario jumped in with that mess from what he said about did about Angel Reese. Boy, taste the buttermilk biscuits. Milkman, buttermilk biscuit brother of the week. You know what I'm saying? I do not like him. I try to like RG3. I do not like RG3. And I want everybody to give Rob Parker an apology. I want everybody to give Rob Parker an apology because he called him a cornball brother a long time ago and got released off of ESPN. I need ESPN to rehire him just because he was proven right. All right, let's get to the don't forget the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with that honey sauce. All right, let's get to this death battle because people came not to hear about RG3, not to hear about Tyrone Madness and all the fun that I'm making of them goofballs, but they came for a death battle. So let's get into it. Megatron versus Frieza. Before we go, if this is your first time being in here, of course, you already know what you need to do in here. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you know you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that have been holding it down for Dre Mac and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. All right. And of course, if you're not a member, you can always be a member for $2.99 a month. It extremely helps out the channel. So anytime that I do a video, you'll always get perks. So you'll actually get the videos before anybody. Once we get our membership over 100, we're going to start doing just member only chats. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what I used to do, but it just wasn't enough people that was coming in for the member only chats, and I really want to start giving back to you guys since you guys invested in me so much. Give it back. And you also got priority emojis and all of that for being a member. So if you hit an emoji, you got priority emojis just for me on here. All right. Yes, I know you need your morning biscuits. I know. But today is time for a death battle. Let's go. Hey, Priscetta. Hey. You were right on time. Look, check this out. Like, real talk, the reason why this was started like maybe 3 or 4 minutes late, why did I think I hit the live button and went through my whole spiel and all of that and realized I wasn't live? Yikes. Taste the biscuits.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by NordVPN and BetterHelp.
I might have to do the biscuit emojis.
Frieza, the Dread Emperor from Dragon Ball. And Megatron, the Decepticon commander from Transformers.
When these two dictators collide, the cosmos will tremble.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Now, let me just preface this before we get into it. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat right now. Who do you think is going to win this death battle? Of course, I'm a DBC fan. And I don't know if this before, I think this was after the Resurrection of F when you got Golden Frieza. You know, I'm not going to lie. Frieza's probably one of the dopest characters in Dragon Ball because of how easy he could be able to up his power against anybody. He didn't even train and became Golden Frieza. Just think of, you know, we know what he does. If you're an anime fan or you're a manga fan, you already knows what he does in the future, you know, but I'm just saying, what's up, Puma Lee? I'm not serving Tyrone Gray. He better put that butter on his biscuit. You better get that biscuits. This is a load of trash. Man, shut up, dumbhead. But put it in the chat. Frieza, Megatron, put it in the chat right now. Let me know who you got.
Deep in the bowels of outer space lies a monster so cruel, so callous, so evil that the universe itself trembles at his approach. Behold, the mighty Lord Frieza.
Oh, he's adorable with the horns and that floppy tail and the... the other side? Oh, awesome. And he's laughing. Cool.
Frieza's diminutive stature and faux gentility were intentionally deceptive and rooted in a surprising place. In response to the Japanese economic bubble at the time, Frieza's design was meant to evoke real estate speculators. Series mangaka Akira Toriyama has described such speculators as the worst sort of people. Yes,
I'm talking about my man, RIP to Akira Toriyama. RIP to Akira Toriyama. But just reading this because my overlay is in front of it. So let me just read this. I came up with Frieza around the time of the bubble, and the land shark was the worst person of all. So I made him the #1 land shark in the universe. Wow. And of course, you know that they were going around fighting Cooler. I mean, let me see. Frieza, Cooler. Yeah, because his daddy was. Hold up, wait a minute. Frieza, Cooler. Who am I missing? I'm missing his dad. But anyway, they were going around looking for planets to inhabit and to take over, and the warrior race, which was the dragon, which was the Saiyans, helped them in that. But they were basically enslaving them. So when they found out that they found out about the Super Saiyan, the legend of the Super Saiyan, that's when Frieza decided, when he took over took over for the Frieza Force, that's when King Cole, what I'm off. Yeah, King Cole took Frieza took over for Cooler is his brother. But yeah, so he took over for King Cole and became the Frieza Force. So that's when he decided, you know what? I'm just going to eliminate, and he called them monkeys. So I thought that was, But it is some of the Saiyans is based off of, the Chinese also, because of, the journey to the West. You know what I'm saying? With the Monkey King and all of that. So yikes. You know what I mean? Because especially if you know what Imperial Japan did to the Chinese back in the day. Yeah. All right, it's a lot. Let's keep going.
Really? I guess you could say Frieza is more than meets the eye. Oh, wait, shit, that's later.
Much is unknown about Frieza's
Lord
alien race
Frieza.
and heritage.
All right, full name, Lord Frieza, a.k.a. Frieza, freezer, or refrigerator, which is hilarious. My man's 5'2" and packs a punch. My man's 5'2", Universal Emperor, a mutant frost demon, likes grape soda, Frieza Day, and Yamcha. Hate saying stuffed animals and Cooler. That is hilarious.
Only that he and his father were born as mutants with abnormally high power levels.
Oh, like how the doc said my blood alcohol level was 0.8 straight out the womb. Frieza was so crazy strong that unlike most Dragon Ball characters who transform to get stronger, Frieza transforms to get weaker. So he doesn't accidentally nuke a planet. Only intentionally.
Yeah.
With his father's empire and army at his beck and call, Frieza would cross the universe, conquering worlds one by one and selling them to the highest bidder, just like real estate speculators.
And if anyone objected, he'd just kill them, their entire family, and everyone they ever knew. Just like real estate speculators. While he usually lets his weird, multicolored alien grunts do his dirty work for him, Frieza's not afraid to throw down himself, especially if some spiky-haired space monkeys start getting too uppity for their own good.
Frieza...
I can't stand them. Now, uppity space monkeys, you know what that sounds like. I'm sorry. You know what that sounds real. That's racist. That's racist. God, I'm just saying that's racist. And plus, since my brother isn't here, I'm a Dragon Ball fan. I got attacked, thanks to my brother, on my arm of Vegeta. You know what I mean? That's my favorite character in Dragon Ball. I love his arc. I love his redemption arc. And Azel, Frieza is a problem. You know what I'm saying? Frieza is really, really, really a problem. But there is even more problems other than that. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Kiro, I'm saying.
Frieza's strength comes from his innate understanding and manipulation of his own ki, or life energy, which he can use to enhance his physicality or manifest into projectile attacks.
Like his classic Death Beam, Death Bull, Death Wave, Death Cannon, Death Saucers. Yeah, I'm sensing a theme here.
Frieza can move mountains with his mind, fire laser beams from his eyes.
So his abilities can, if the graph, you see it on here. Like, when I tell you, you know what I mean? Like, he is one of the dopest characters of all time. He's one of the dopest characters of all time, for real. He's, to me, out of everybody who's came, then that's Boo, that's Cell, that's even Goku Black in Murasamasu, all of that. Frieza is the most iconic. When you talk about Dragon Ball and you start talking about the villains, the biggest villain that pops out of everybody is not Cell. Even though the Cell games was probably one of the greatest, pieces of Dragon Ball in Dragon Ball history, just the art, Frieza's the quintessential bad guy for everybody. He just is.
His eyes create key force fields, and he even learned to sense the ki of others through sheer observation alone. He's fast enough to keep up with Goku's ki attacks, which, scaled to the ki he absorbed for a Spirit Bomb against Kid Buu, could move across the universe in less than a minute. That would be over 17 quadrillion times the speed of light.
That is
and he's gotten
nuts.
even stronger and faster since then.
You know you're a badass when you can stroll into Planet Vegeta, a planet filled with people whose only higher aspirations involve murder and hair gel, and talk shit like you own the place. And he got so paranoid about one of them getting strong enough to kick his ass that he blew up the friggin' planet.
Considering Planet Vegeta has 10 times the gravity of Earth, this would mean it likely has 10 times the mass and 100 times the energy required to overcome its gravitational binding energy and destroy it. That's over 5.3 Yoda tons of TNT.
That's nuts. And Frieza was just afraid of the legend of the Super Saiyan, where it was like, it's just a myth. But he met the legendary Super Saiyan, all right, when Broly, he was like, you're going to make me exalt to myself? This is golden, Frieza. And Broly beat the brakes off of it for 30 minutes straight while Vegeta and Goku tried to transform. That D Sizzle said he sounded like Piccolo. And American Ninja Girl said he was a tough-ass lesbian. Wow. That is wild.
And that was in his weakest form. Too bad he kind of missed a spot. Or several, because a bunch of Saiyans survived to fight another day. Space genocide just ain't what it used to be.
This would come back to bite him when he was finally forced to confront the Earthbound Saiyan Kakarot, and accidentally ended up being the reason he turned into the legendary Super Saiyan.
Like the albino dildo he is, Frieza has survived being pounded by Broly for over an hour straight, crushed by Goku's Spirit Bomb, and then split in half, consumed by an exploding planet, and left to float in the vacuum of space.
He can survive without the vast majority of his body, though unlike other Dragon Ball villains, he can't heal on his own.
It didn't help him that much after he got his ass sent to hell. But because of that dragon in his balls, he was back at it again.
And with just 4 months worth of training, the first time he'd ever trained in his entire life, Frieza was able to achieve a new transformation capable of surpassing the Super Saiyan, Golden Frieza.
That's a level of laziness I aspire to, Wiz. DeviantArt Frieza here lets him keep up with Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta.
A significantly weaker Super Saiyan God Goku could blow up the whole of Universe 7 in a punch clash with the God of Destruction, Beerus. And the shockwaves of their punches were able to reach the edges of existence in only a few seconds. Over 270 quadrillion times the speed of light. And that is before so many years of power-ups and training between then and now.
Totally crazy, but nothing compared to his newest and greatest form.
A transformation capable of surpassing Goku's Ultra Instinct and Vegeta's Ultra Ego. Their peaks at this point. A transformation even stronger than Gas, who was wished to be the strongest in the universe.
He literally said F you to the Dragon Ball. This is Black Frieza.
The all-seeing Oracle Fish had prophesied the coming of the universe's strongest. And perhaps he was talking about Frieza all along.
Come on, give us another prediction.
And it was funny because that was Vegeta's whole thing when Goku wished him back to be in the Tournament of Power. It's like, you idiot. Like, you don't think he's going to get even stronger? Oh, God. Oh, it makes me feel so good.
Oh. Wiz, I think you're going to die.
One Punch Man is ridiculous.
No, for some godforsaken reason, he didn't use his newfound power to kill those pesky Saiyans. They were right there, you moron.
In fact, he once committed the arch-villain.
He said, the identity of the prophesied strongest warrior is technically still unknown. Popular theories include Gohan and Oob. Gas and Granola achieved such power thanks to wishes, whereas Frieza achieved it on his own using a hyperbolic time chamber. And me and my brother know the only way to get stronger is get into the hyperbolic time chamber.
Villain's greatest sin and teamed up with them to save their universe and beat Jiren. a being comparable to the gods of destruction.
Because no one's allowed to destroy the universe but him.
And that's a promise he means
Gohan
to
deserves
keep.
better.
This almighty emperor will continue to rule the universe with an iron grip and a heart of ice.
Frieza. Now that's just Frieza. Yeah, oh my God. You're thinking, how can a robot gun survive all of this? Let's get to it.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by NordVPN.
It's no secret that why
Long enough to see yourself become the villain.
or you live even longer and become an 80s toy commercial. This is Megatron.
Megatron.
In Cybertron's ancient
Oh, let's just give this premise. Our primary source for Megatron is the G1 continuity presented by the 1980s cartoon and IDW comics. Any other material must abide by rule number 4, which I don't know what rule number 4 is. Maybe I missed that. Did I miss that? Oh, okay. They're just doing NordVPN. But yeah, so I knew they was going to go with the Dreamwave and IDW comics, where if they go to G1 continuity, I think it diverges in the Marvel comics, but also the Marvel UK comics has its own continuity. I don't know if that's considered G1. Then you got the Align continuity. It's all over the place. But these are my 2 favorite franchises. That's why I'm doing this Death Battle. Oh my God. I should go get my Megatron toy.
past, the planet was ruled by the Functionist religious order, which decreed a Transformer's natural-born alternate mode determined their role and status in society rather than letting them choose for themselves. Born into this repressive caste system, Megatron of Tarn dreamed of something more.
So this giant Hasbro toy robot, only $5.99 at your nearest Rite Aid, wrote a manifesto on peaceful dissent that got popular with the oppressed Cybertronian working class.
I have that toy
so
too.
Much so, in fact, that the Senate tried to have him assassinated. Whoa, politics alert!
After surviving that brush with death,
Hold on, wait a minute. Wouldn't somebody call that woke? oh, it's so woke. No, I hate that stuff.
Megatron was convinced that peace could never be an option. The only path left to overthrow the crippling social order.
Yeah, IDW got a lock on G.I. Joe
were the
Transformers.
Autobots originally the bad guys here? Optimus Prime?
Yeah.
More like Optimus Crime. Never say that Megatron wasn't committed. The Civil War he started between the two groups lasted 9 million fucking years. And again, remember, toy robots.
He was aided in his war efforts by his immensely powerful fusion cannon, a giant laser bazooka that can hit targets from 12 miles away and level a small town in a single shot. These projectiles are so fast.
They are using Marvel Comics too. All right, antimatter, buzzsaws, fusion cannon, energy mace, energy shield, energy sword, electricity manipulation, flight, panic bubble, sonic blast.
They're able to exit the atmosphere from ground level after only a single second. By scaling the distance of the Earth using the angle of this shot, the fusion cannon's projectile must be moving over 4,200 times the speed of sound.
Jeez.
But like me, the fusion cannon needs a little time to recharge between shots. So Megatron's got some tools to keep the job going. He can close the distance with his Energon mace and block blows with his Energon shield. It helps that Meg's literally fought as a gladiator before his stunt as a revolutionary.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Megatron.
If you're a GoBot fan, who is Megatron destroying? If you are a fan of Transformers or GoBots, who is that on screen that Megatron is giving? I mean, just splitting in half. I give you guys 30 seconds to give me an answer. But until then, until y'all give me an answer, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. This is the Dre Mac Show.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. To put that honey sauce on me, I don't like the way it tastes. My chicken wings.
We now return to the Transformers.
I'm not gonna lie, block me too. All right, who is that getting murked My man Sidekill from the GoBots. Who is the real leader? It's Megatron. Yeah, you know what? It's just because it's 80s toys. What's so funny about this is that Sidekill turned into a motorcycle that was not that great, but he was awesome for toys back then. But Megatron was a gun, so hey, let's keep going.
Megatron can fire lasers from his eyes and arms, launch buzzsaws strong enough to slice through solid rock, fly through the air, and open up a force field known as a panic bubble.
Now, it might seem like a huge flaw that it lets enemy combatants
Oh,
inside,
wait,
but that's
wait,
only until you
wait a
realize it won't let
Wait a
them...
minute, hold up, Azelle. I got to stop you there. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy because the GoBots came first. I'm an 80s baby. The GoBots came first. GoBots came first. And the GoBots was dope. It was GoBots, then Transformers. You know what I mean? But because you're dealing with Diaclone toys were just a better made toys. Diaclone and Micromaster. They were just better than what Tonka had. It was a Tonka? Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I got to defend the GoBots. I got it because I am a 80s baby for sure. Got to defend them. You know what I mean? So you got Micromaster, you got Diaclone. And Diaclone's toys were just bigger and better, but that didn't make, GoBots, any less cheap because they had bigger. Tonka had this big array of toys that just the Americans, when they were looking at new toys to introduce at the toy fair, went over to Japan and just grabbed. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm one of the very few who watch Battle of the Rock Lords in theaters. You are.
Let them back out again. That's when the panic part comes in. Megatron's not trapped in there with you. You're trapped in there with him.
Megatron's Cybertronian body is strong enough to match the Autobot leader Optimus Prime, who can toss around oil tankers weighing hundreds of thousands of tons.
Still
and
not
Megatron's
Frieza.
metallic hide was tough enough to survive an explosion so massive it launched the entire planet of Cybertron through space.
By taking a look at Cybertron's mass and how fast it was sent flying to get its overall kinetic energy, Megatron must have survived a blast equal to nearly 4.5 megatons of TNT, enough to annihilate a small star. He can even keep up with Decepticons like Starscream, who can fly across the galaxy from Earth to Cybertron at hundreds of thousands of times the speed of light.
And he wouldn't be a Transformer without being able to transform into various vehicles.
The gun,
stealth bomber jet,
and a gun! Just a gun. Walter B-38, in fact. I'm sorry, Wiz. I know he's this tragic revolutionary corrupted by the cycle of violence or whatever, but that is the funniest shit I have ever seen. What does he have, like his Decepticon buddies point him at people and fire?
Sometimes. He can fire himself too.
Oh my god. That looks even sillier.
You may be laughing, but Megatron is no joke. By utilizing space bridge teleportation technology, Megatron can establish a remote link up to a nearby black hole and teleport the antimatter it produces to his location.
Through his eyeballs!
Should matter and
they go
antimatter meet,
now.
They will be mutually annihilated in a brilliant release of energy defined by E=mc². It doesn't matter how durable the matter is, it will be destroyed at the subatomic level.
As Megatron's war for control of Cybertron dragged on, all of his highfalutin ideals started to fall to the wayside.
In essence, there used to be a point to the war. Now, war was the point. His only goal left was to rule Cybertron with a literal iron fist.
That's where Megatron's greatest weapon came into play, his mind. The dude is a strategic and tactical genius who's always thinking 10 steps ahead.
He's fought powerful Transformers like Grimlock, Predaking, and the Decepticon, a being with the power of an entire evil universe behind it.
He and Optimus have even fought Nova Prime and Regenesis Shockwave, both of whom could utilize the energy of that same universe.
Megatron once
I'm looking at all of this stuff out here like, I got that toy, I got that toy, I got that toy.
sealed himself inside an Omniglobe and commanded 1,000 real-life battles at once,
That's
funneling every
crazy.
iota of relevant information into his brain at the same time.
This is probably where he could be able to have Frieza, because for one, he's been fighting 9 million years. You gotta be strategic if you're going to be fighting a prime. Then I don't think people really understand. You know, a prime is basically like Jesus and the disciples, like, or I don't know how you could. They're like gods. You know, you got Cybertron itself. You got oh my god, I'm looking right the freak at it too. You have all these particular type of artifacts and Transformers lore, you know, but the primes are like the gods of Cybertron. They were protectors of Cybertron. And this dude, which I mean, in the new continuity now, he has the spark of Megatronus, which was a prime. So technically, if he has his cog, he's basically, is he a prime? Well, he doesn't have the matrix of leadership, so he's not considered a prime. But this dude is fighting primes. He's fighting primes. Like, he's not just fighting just any other person. He's fighting the greatest prime of all, and that's Optimus. So, I mean, I don't know.
The sheer deluge of data would be incomprehensible for anyone without that
Thank you, Erica
supercomputer
D.
brain.
But all that robot ass kicking ended up as a draw, and
Mass
the only
versus
true
Fred,
loser
beat
was
us at light. That's what
Cybertron.
it is.
With the planet in ruins and its civilization extinguished, the Cybertronian golden age was long over. And the vanguard of its destruction was Megatron.
Who's now a crusty Saturday morning cartoon villain with a voice that sounds like he smokes 40 packs a day and a hate boner for his boneheaded second in command, Starscream.
After countless millennia of a humiliating stalemate with his Boy Scout rival, Megatron's brilliant mind finally turned inward. He remembered that his early writings
He
advocated
became
for
a
peaceful
Autobot.
conversion and free thought instead of domination.
It took you 9 million years to remember why you started fighting in the first place. Would the memory get lost in the cloud?
In what was possibly his most surprising tactical move yet, Megatron saved the universe from annihilation as an Autobot.
What?
He realized that after millions of years of indefinite war, the ideals that he fought for, freedom, justice, equality, had switched sides, and Megatron had to as well.
Turns out there was more to this supervillain than met the eye, because true to his nature, Megatron transformed. This episode of Death
I'll
Battle.
tell you, there's some great IDW comics with Transformers. I'm talking about great stories. You know what I mean? So before we go, who do you got now? I still got Frieza because Frieza's way more powerful, but Megatron is a tactical genius. You know what I mean? A tactical genius. So who do you got? Megs, or do you have Frieza? Y'all put it in the chat. Do you have Lord Megatron? Starscream, you're an idiot. When we get there, what did he say? When we get to that ship, there will be no stopping us. Frieza's still my guy, though. Frieza's still my guy. Frieza's still the one I'm picking because I believe he's stronger because he's just world dominant. Just world dominant. So I'll pick a Frieza. Who y'all got? Put it in the chat. Let me know. But it is time for a death battle. Let's go.
The combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Still love Megatron. Megatron's up here. Like a Japanese anime.
Greetings, noble warrior of planet Cyber whatever. I, Lord Frieza, claim this
Frieza's
world
an
as
ass.
my own. Cheer for me or face annihilation.
I have fought for my planet for eons. I would rather see it turn to ash than reside in
Yeah.
your filthy hands,
Hold up.
organic scum.
I will say this. One thing Megatron is about he's like Dr. Doom. He might hate your guts, but he will fight for his planet. You know what I mean? And I still think that's some of the best writing. That's the best character when you still have a character that ruthless, it still cares.
I love it when they monologue back. Kitty, I'll have to construct a new mothership from your corpse.
Oh. Wow. Frieza's got the speed advantage.
What's wrong? Is that clunky robot body too slow to keep up?
Yeah.
My wits had more than suffice, you blithering ponce.
Oh, got him in the beam too early. Got him in the beam too early. Frieza's way faster than him though. Like this music. Oh, boom. Get beam. Oh, Megatron is fighting though. Megatron fighting back. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Okay, ain't gonna beat him on the speed advantage. Yeah, speed advantage is going to be Frieza. My ton. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Destroying Cybertron.
Where did he go? Huh?
Now you transform into the tank. Oh. Oh. But he got to recharge that. He got to recharge that. Uh-oh, go to Frieza. It's over. He done went go to Frieza. It's over. It's over now. Megatron can't transform into that. And he still got Blood Frieza? Yeah. Nah. This is golden Frieza. Look at that. Whoa. Oh, he's bringing the planet to him. Oh.
Well, doesn't this just always happen? I give it 5 minutes.
My planet!
Yeah. Yeah.
Behold the mighty Lord Frieza, ruler of a dying planet. My planet. Where is your army? Where is your ship? So powerful, and yet you will wander the depths of space for eternity. All because of me. What a fool.
You despicable creature! I'll torture you until your freaks can be held in the vacuum of space!
Die a fool's death.
Wait a minute. Now, he not go. No. No. Nope. It's Frieza.
You will die by my hand.
You fool!
It's Frieza. That's it. He can still survive without a body.
Civilians must kill them all.
KO! Wrong again, Frieza. It was actually 1 minute and 10 seconds. Idiot.
Megatron's ruthless resilience may have netted him a win in some scenarios,
super
but Frieza's
OP.
overwhelming power gave him a clear edge.
Megatron's ace in the hole was his antimatter, which would have annihilated Frieza's ass no matter how tough it was.
And that was a real possibility. Megatron is a master tactician and manipulator.
So he says Beerus claims destruction energy can destroy matter and release energy, which is similar to antimatter. Frieza has resisted being engulfed by destructive energy. So could theoretically resist antimatter through this speculative.
With millions of years of combat experience. Frieza, on the other hand, has always relied on his raw power and intimidation to win fights.
When things don't go his way, he has a tendency to
Cheat.
freak out.
However, Frieza has survived getting most of his body obliterated and kept it going.
That is true. You gotta watch DBZ to be able to see that. It says additional G1 material denotes much faster scanning feeds, but these are not supported by the primary sources.
Which meant the antimatter wasn't a surefire win. It would have to completely cover Frieza's whole body before he could react. And Frieza was way too fast for that.
While Megatron scaled to characters who could cross galaxies, Frieza has kept up with Goku, who should be at least trillions of times faster.
And on his smaller size and key force fields, Frieza had more than enough ways to avoid, defend, or survive the antimatter.
So Megatron's only option was power. While Megatron has survived planet-busting explosions and even fought with a being that had the energy of a universe behind it, Golden Frieza was just too much for him, considering he certainly surpassed Goku and Beerus's Punch Clash. Since Universe 7 as a whole should be over 13 times larger than our own universe, Frieza's super forms would far exceed Megatron's own power.
And that feat happened at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super.
Oh,
Goku has gotten leagues stronger since then, and Black Frieza is currently beyond him. There was just no way Megatron was strong enough to keep up.
Megatron was a devious foe, but Frieza's power, speed, and sheer survivability allowed him to crush the Decepticon leader underfoot.
I guess you could say Megatron was cool, but Frieza was cooler.
The winner is Frieza.
So to answer your question, American Ninja Girl, technically, Frieza is stronger than Goku without trying. Way stronger than Goku without trying. He don't want to train, so when he actually had an opportunity to train, he already transformed in 4 months. You know what I mean? Where Goku has been training with Beerus, now he's training with Broly and other people and then all the countless fights. Like, that's all Saiyans do is fight. So, yes, technically, Frieza's way stronger. Way stronger. But that was a good death battle. Even though it is a little unfair, just based on, like, Dragon Ball characters are just ridiculously OP. Like, ridiculously OP. I would like to have Megatron versus Skeletor. You bumbling in it? that would have been a death battle. But what did you guys think about this death battle, man? Did you think it was good? I like this. Next week, I'm going to come back. Next Friday is going to be Wonder Woman versus Thor. So most definitely get prepared for that, because I think that's going to be super dope too.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
Yeah, myself, I got to get up out of here. But thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Max Show. I might be back later on today, or I might have a video, or if I could get some people together and do a live stream about Superman, I might do that. I might go back and see it again. Not even joking. But don't forget to like, share. Oh, no, put it in the chat. Put it in the comment section. What did you guys think about this death battle, Frieza versus Megatron? I know these are throwbacks. I know a lot of people have already seen these. They seen people do reaction videos. What, damn it, watch my reaction still. And watch me geek out. You know what I mean? Watch me geek out on this. But again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher. If I don't see you later on, enjoy your weekend. Where is my outro at? Look, you already know this has been that day, but I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.